We are counting down the top 20 alternative rock songs that defined the 1990s, ranking the anthems that reshaped radio, sparked controversy, and inspired new generations. From soul-searching ballads to riotous protest tracks, these iconic tunes were chosen for their influence, innovation, and enduring legacy. Surprises await at every rank. Some entries changed pop culture overnight, while others launched unlikely comebacks. Which song tops them all? Let us kick off with number 20. Scar Tissue signaled a new beginning for Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1999. John Frusciante's return brought a gentle, blues-inspired slide guitar riff that floats through the song, setting a tone of reflection and recovery. Written after years of personal struggle, the lyrics hint at wounds, both physical and emotional, that shaped the band's journey back to the spotlight. Producer Rick Rubin captured this mellow energy on the album Californication, steering the group toward a more melodic sound. Scar Tissue became a radio staple and earned the band a Grammy for Best Rock Song in 2000, cementing their late 90s comeback. Song 2 crashed onto the scene in 1997, packing 2 minutes of distorted guitars, slamming drums, and the most famous woo-hoo in modern rock. Blur wrote it as a tongue-in-cheek jab at the grunge sound sweeping America. Damon Albarn later called it a joke that nobody expected to take off. Producer Stephen Street pushed the band to keep things raw and loud, embracing the loud, quiet, loud dynamic that bands like Nirvana made famous. Despite its origins as a parody, Song 2 exploded into a global hit, becoming a go-to stadium anthem and a fixture in ads, sports, and film. Its energy still echoes, far beyond its brief runtime. Loser hit radio in 1994, sounding like nothing else on the dial. Beck stitched together a hip-hop drum loop borrowed from Johnny Jenkins, slide guitar, and a kitchen sink swirl of samples, all on a battered 8-track recorder in his LA apartment. The chorus line, "I am a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?" was a half-joke Beck mumbled after botching his own rap verse. That slacker irony made the song an anthem for Gen X misfits. Producers Tom Rothrock and Rob Schnapf leaned into the lo-fi grit, letting every oddball sound and lazy rhyme shine. Loser's genre mashup cleared a path for alternative radio weirdness to thrive. Bittersweet Symphony flooded the airwaves in 1997, driven by a hypnotic string loop lifted from an orchestral version of the Rolling Stones song, The Last Time. The Verve secured a license for the recording, but not the underlying composition, a technicality that let ABKCO and Alan Klein seize all songwriting credits and royalties. Despite its global success and anthemic status, Richard Ashcroft saw almost nothing from its earnings for over 2 decades. In 2019, after years of public outcry and pressure, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards returned full rights to Ashcroft, closing one of music's longest-running copyright battles. Karma Police arrived in 1997 as a piano-driven protest, channeling Radiohead's growing anxiety about authority and conformity on OK Computer. Tom York's lyrics cast the Karma Police as a force meting out cosmic justice, but with a chilling, bureaucratic edge. Producer Nigel Godrich wrapped the song in layers of analog synths and atmospheric guitar, letting tension build beneath the surface. The line, "For a minute there, I lost myself," became a mantra for fans, capturing the song's sense of moral confusion and alienation. Karma Police's uneasy calm set the stage for Radiohead's deeper experiments still to come. In 1994, 9 Inch Nails unleashed Closer, a song that pushed industrial rock into the mainstream with a jolt of raw, explicit energy. Trent Reznor and producer Flood crafted its mechanized pulse from distorted drum machines and swirling synths, building a hypnotic groove under Reznor's infamous refrain. So explicit that radio and MTV scrambled to censor it. Mark Romanek's music video was a fever dream of religious and sexual imagery. It drew bans and edits worldwide. Despite, or because of its controversy, Closer became a defining anthem for outsiders, forever linking Reznor's vision to 90s shock and sonic innovation. Basket Case exploded onto the airwaves in 1994, capturing the chaos of Billie Joe Armstrong's panic attacks in a 3-chord sprint. Written during a bout of insomnia, The lyrics channel anxiety and confusion with a wink, making mental health struggles feel both urgent and oddly relatable. Producer Rob Cavallo kept the arrangement tight and the tempo relentless, helping Green Day's Dookie sell over 10 million copies in the United States alone. The song's infectious hooks and rapid-fire delivery turned Bay Area punk into mainstream pop, inspiring a wave of bands and pushing pop-punk to the top of the charts. Come As You Are drifted onto the airwaves in 1991, its rippling underwater guitar riff instantly recognizable and steeped in chorus effect. Kurt Cobain's lyrics play with contradictions, as you are, as you were, leaving listeners guessing at the song's true meaning. Producer Butch Vig balanced the track's murky minor key melody with a clean, radio-friendly mix, creating a mood that's both inviting and uneasy. The main riff drew comparisons to Killing Joke's 80s, sparking debates in the press, but never overshadowing the song's haunting pull. As the second single from Nevermind, Come As You Are proved Nirvana could be melodic and mysterious, not just explosive. Black Hole Sun drifted onto radio in 1994, swirling with Beatlesque chords and Chris Cornell's haunting vocals. Cornell wrote the lyrics in just 15 minutes, scribbling surreal lines that would become grunge's most psychedelic anthem. Producer Michael Beinhorn layered shimmering guitar textures over a slow, hypnotic groove, giving the song an otherworldly feel. Black Hole Sun topped the Billboard Alternative chart and helped define Soundgarden's melodic side, leaving a lasting mark on both Seattle rock and 1990s pop culture. Killing in the Name hit like a Molotov cocktail in 1992, channeling the fury of Rodney King's beating and the Los Angeles riots straight into its relentless riff. Rage Against the Machine didn't hold back. Zach De La Rocha's lyrics called out police brutality and racism head-on, while Tom Morello's guitar solo, built with a toggle switch trick, sounded more like a DJ scratching vinyl than a six-string. The track's infamous outro, shouted over and over, got it banned from some radio stations but turned it into an anthem for resistance. 17 years later, a Facebook campaign pushed the song to the top of the UK charts for Christmas 2009, beating out a reality show single and proving protest music could still shake the system. Creep by Radiohead slipped onto UK radio in 1992, almost by accident, after early DJs championed its raw honesty. Tom York's lyrics captured a deep sense of alienation and longing, while Johnny Greenwood's infamous pre-chorus guitar stab, meant to disrupt the song's softness, gave it an unexpected edge. Producers Sean Slade and Paul Coldery kept the arrangement spare, letting the quiet loud crunch do the heavy lifting. After its slow start, Creep became a global sleeper hit, but Radiohead soon faced a lawsuit over its resemblance to the Hollies' The Air That I Breathe. Albert Hammond and Mike Hazelwood were granted co-writing credits and a share of royalties, a detail now printed on every release. Despite the song's massive success, Radiohead distanced themselves from it, leaving Creep as both a defining anthem and a complicated legacy. Number 9. Bullet with Butterfly Wings by the Smashing Pumpkins. Bullet with Butterfly Wings erupted in 1995, unleashing a wall of guitars and Billy Corgan's unmistakable howl. The world is a vampire. Flood and Corgan built the song's massive sound in the studio, layering guitar after guitar until every chorus hit like a tidal wave. The refrain, "Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage," became an anthem for anyone feeling trapped or disillusioned. The track's dense production and raw emotion powered melancholy and the infinite sadness to multi-platinum status. Bullet with Butterfly Wings took home a Grammy for Best Hard Rock Performance, cementing its place in 90s alt-rock history. Number 8. Friday, I'm in Love, The Cure. It burst onto radio in 1992, shimmering with jangly guitars and a melody that felt like pure sunshine. Written during The Cure's Wish sessions, Robert Smith worried he had accidentally copied the riff. He even delayed its release until his bandmates convinced him it was original. Unlike the band's usual brooding style, this song celebrated the giddy rush of romantic anticipation, drawing on Smith's love for 60s pop. Produced by Paul Corkett and the band, its bright sound and sing-along chorus became The Cure's biggest United States radio hit, earning a spot as a joyful outlier in their catalog. Wonderwall hit the airwaves in 1995 and quickly became the defining anthem of Britpop's working-class heart. Written by Noel Gallagher and produced by Owen Morris for Oasis's album Morning Glory, the song's chiming acoustic guitars and simple open-chord voicings made it instantly accessible. Liam Gallagher's raw nasal delivery clashed with Noel's softer vision, adding a tension that gave the track its edge. Despite endless speculation, Noel has always kept the song's inspiration vague, which helped fuel its universal appeal. Wonderwall dominated UK radio for years and later became the most played song of the 90s in the 21st century. Its sing-along chorus still echoes from pubs to stadiums, a reminder of a moment when Britpop ruled the airwaves. Under the Bridge revealed a side of Red Hot Chili Peppers few had seen before. Anthony Kiedis wrote the lyrics as a poem about loneliness and addiction, drawing from his own walks through Los Angeles and the isolation he felt in recovery. Producer Rick Rubin discovered the words in Kiedis' notebook and urged him to share them with the band. John Frusciante's clean, arpeggiated guitar lines shaped the song's gentle mood, while Flea and Chad Smith held back for maximum emotional impact. Kiedis delivered the lead vocal in a single take, capturing raw vulnerability. The choir finale, added late in the session, brought gospel warmth to the closing moments. Released in 1992 on Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Under the Bridge became a massive crossover hit and turned the band into household names, even as the true location of the bridge remained a closely guarded secret. Number 5. Zombie. The Cranberries. Zombie crashed into the charts in 1994, fueled by Dolores O'Riordan's grief and fury after the Irish Republican Army bombing in Warrington killed 2 children. She wrote the chorus in minutes, her voice shifting between a mournful wail and a piercing yodel that cut through the band's new, heavier sound. Producer Stephen Street pushed the Cranberries to abandon their earlier dream pop style for a grinding, grunge-inspired riff that matched the raw emotion of O'Riordan's lyrics. The song's direct protest, "It's not me, it's not my family," distanced ordinary Irish people from the violence, channeling public outrage and sorrow. Zombie's music video, packed with stark images of children in conflict, faced restrictions on UK and Irish networks, and some broadcasters trimmed or delayed airplay due to its graphic content. Despite, or because of its controversy, Zombie became an international anthem against violence, topping charts across Europe and turning the Cranberries into global voices for peace. O'Riordan refused to soften her message, tearing up a check from Island Records when they tried to persuade her to release a safer single. The song's legacy endures, still echoing in stadiums and memorials decades later. Paranoid. Paranoid Android shattered expectations when it arrived in 1997, stretching Radiohead's ambition to new heights on OK Computer. What began as a simple acoustic tune quickly morphed into a 6-minute multi-part suite, stitched together from separate ideas the band mapped out on a whiteboard during late-night sessions with producer Nigel Godrich. Each section flows into the next with abrupt time signature changes. One moment, a jittery, Latin-tinged groove. The next, a soaring, choral guitar passage. The band recorded entire segments live and then physically spliced tape to assemble the final structure, a nod to classic prog rock experiments but with a distinctly modern edge. Layered guitars, backwards effects, and stacked vocal harmonies build a sense of mounting chaos, then dissolve into eerie calm. The title, borrowed from Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, hints at the song's fractured, anxious worldview. Paranoid Android's daring construction and restless energy made it a touchstone for late 90s art rock, but its complexity kept it just outside the mainstream anthems that fill the top 3. Everlong landed in 1997, just as Dave Grohl was rebuilding his life and band, after the end of Nirvana. Written in a burst of inspiration during a messy divorce and the rush of new love, Grohl crafted the song's open string riff alone at a friend's house, chasing a feeling he later described as falling in love with music all over again. Producer Gil Norton layered electric and acoustic guitars to create a sound that is both immediate and timeless, warm enough for stadiums, raw enough for bedroom speakers. The song's most whispered secret comes during the breakdown. Grohl recorded a ghostly spoken word passage through a phone line, giving the bridge its signature dreamlike quality. Everlong's lyrics capture a longing for connection that feels universal, and the chorus explodes with hope instead of heartbreak. Over the years, it has become an anthem for weddings, graduations, and late-night drives, consistently ranking among the most streamed rock tracks of the digital age. Grohl's performance on acoustic guitar for Howard Stern deepened its legacy. Even stripped down, Everlong still resonates as a personal anthem that has outlasted trends and remains a fixture of the 1990s alternative rock. Losing My Religion arrived in 1991, propelled by a riff Peter Buck stumbled onto while absent-mindedly strumming a mandolin. REM had never built a single around such an unlikely instrument, but producer Scott Litt encouraged them to keep its stark, minor-key mood. The phrase itself comes from a Southern expression for reaching the end of one's patience, but Michael Stipe's lyrics twist it into a song about obsession and unspoken longing. There is no mention of faith or church, just the ache of wanting someone and fearing rejection. The band worried the song was too strange for radio, yet it became their biggest hit, topping charts worldwide and earning 2 Grammy Awards. Anton Corbin's surreal, religiously charged video turned the track into an MTV fixture, using Renaissance painting references and slow-motion flourishes to match the song's tension. Losing My Religion's mandolin hook and emotional ambiguity helped bring alternative pop to the mainstream, setting the stage for the grunge explosion that followed. Even now, it stands as proof that a song does not need electric guitars or easy answers to become an anthem. Smells Like Teen Spirit detonated in September 1991, opening Nevermind with a blast of fuzzed-out guitar and a drum beat recorded through Butch Vig's now famous tunnel of kick drums and blankets. The title came from graffiti scrawled on Kurt Cobain's wall by Kathleen Hanna, referencing a deodorant brand. Cobain had no idea at first. Cobain and Chris Novoselic built the song on a Pixies-inspired blueprint: quiet, tense verses, then choruses that erupt like a riot. The lyrics, half mumbled and half shouted, captured a generation's boredom and anger with a single line: "Here we are now. Entertain us." MTV couldn't keep up with demand for the Gym Riot video, airing it almost hourly and fueling a major label scramble for anything labeled grunge. Smells Like Teen Spirit didn't just top charts, it redrew the map for rock, turning a Seattle scene into the new mainstream and crowning Nirvana as reluctant spokesman for the 90s youthquake. Across all 20 songs, one pattern stands out. The 1990s alternative rock scene thrives on reinvention. Each track pushed boundaries, blending genres, challenging norms, and voicing anxieties that still echo today. These anthems are not just nostalgia, they are a reminder that music's power lies in its daring to disrupt. Alternative rock's spirit endures wherever artists question the limits of sound and self.